Hi, I'm Ellie, and this is your UK Theatre News Recap, the show where I take all of the UK theatre news and I give it to you in the only way I know how, chaotically. So, let's go. If you want to stay up to date with all things UK theatre, make sure you hit subscribe because I do these every other week to varying levels of quality and success. We've got loads of news to hop into today, some really exciting things to talk about, so let's just do it. Let's go! First up, let's head to the Southwark Playhouse Borough as they are preparing a production of Sondheim's The Frogs. Previously announced, we knew that Kevin McHale from Glee would be starring in this show, and we now know the rest of the cast, including Dan Buckley, Joaquin Pedro Valdez, Carl Patrick, Bart Lambert, Martha Pothen, Alison Driver, Yvonne Bentley Holder, and Milo McCarthy. The Frogs plays at Southwark Playhouse Borough's Large from the 23rd of May to the 28th of June 2025. This company always do fantastic work, very queer work, which we love to see. And honestly, they do like to do like a rarely done musical in London, which I always appreciate. I love niche musicals coming back to London, so you know I'm going to be there. Next up, we can talk about The Dead Wears Prada, where they have officially announced that Vanessa Williams will be extending in the musical until the 18th of October. So if you haven't seen her yet, you have many more chances to catch her in The Devil Wears Prada. As well as that, they've announced that Reese Whitfield will be going on a leave of absence from the show. He currently plays the boyfriend, you know, Nate, the boyfriend everyone hates. So for the time being, this role will be played by Jamie Boggio, who you may know from Moulin Rouge or Aspects of Love. You can catch Vanessa Williams, the rest of the cast, and now Jamie Boggio in the show until the 18th of October, or whenever Reese Whitfield gets back. I'm not sure exactly when it is. We also got the cast for the Addams Family mini tour they're doing, and honestly, it's really cool. I was really intrigued by this casting. So, starring in this Addams Family tour, which will be going to Birmingham, Leicester, Salford, and Canterbury this summer, is Alexandra Burke as Morticia. Brilliant casting, fantastic casting. She's going to be great in that role. We have Leslie Joseph as Grandma, who is returning from the concert last year. We have Clive Rowe, who is playing Uncle Fester. Again, fantastic casting. He is made for that role. Ricardo Afonso as Gomez. We have Lauren Jones, who would be Wednesday Addams, which is like, she has been waiting for that role for a very long time, I'm sure. You may know Lauren from Scissorhands most recently at the Southwark Playhouse Elephant, but also potentially from playing the lead in Rebecca, or from her time understudying the role of Bonnie in Bonnie and Clyde. Also returning to the production, having played in the concert and previous tour productions, are Nicholas McLean as Pugsley Adams, Dickon Gough as Lurch, and Cara Lane as Alice, which you may also recognise that is a mini Rebecca reunion, because Cara Lane and Lauren Jones starred together in Rebecca. That's cute. Love that. And also joining the show will be Dale Rapley as Mal, and Jacob Fowler, who you may recognise from Title of the Show and Heathers, as Lucas. This is a great cast. This is great. I wish this tour was doing more dates, because I would love to go and see this production. I also recognise I forgot one of the tour dates when I said them, so I'm going to say them again now. So if you want to catch the Addams Family tour, it is going to Birmingham in July, Leicester in July and August, and then Salford, Canterbury, and Blackpool throughout the month of August. And hopefully they will add some more tour stops soon, because I need to see this cast. As well as that, we got some more confirmation for cast members for Chicago. It has been officially announced that Dan Burton and Darren Day will return to share the role of Billy Flynn. Dan Burton will play the role in Bournemouth, Nottingham, Birmingham, Truro, and Llandudno, while Darren Day plays the role in Wimbledon, Leicester, Wolverhampton, Hull, Eastbourne, Norwich, Blackpool, Woking, Sunderland, Crawley, Glasgow, and Salford. As well as Kevin Clifton, who will perform the role in Canterbury and Bristol. We then have Sanita and Brenda Edwards, who are sharing the role of Mama Morton. Sanita will play the role in Bournemouth, Canterbury, Norwich, Woking, Crawley, and Glasgow, and Brenda will play the role in Nottingham, Birmingham, Cardiff, Bristol, Wimbledon, Leicester, and Salford. This is too many tour stops. And finally, Faye Brooks will return to the role of Roxy Hart for the tour stops in Canterbury and Bristol, sharing the role alongside Jeanette Manrara. So if you're near any of those tour stops, I hope you know who your cast members are. I've just said them. I'm not saying them again. That's too complicated. I hope you understand. Moving on to a new musical comedy, which is going to Stratford East. Theatre Royal Stratford East will be premiering Lovestuck, which will play from Friday the 6th of June to Saturday the 12th of July. And starring in this production will be Bridget Amofa, Marcus Ayton, Jessica Boschier, Johan Moonrear, and Shane O'Riordan. And they will be joined by the ensemble Amber Case-Rotti, Callum Connolly, and Holly Libbard. So if you'd like to go see Lovestuck, you can catch it at Stratford East this June and July. We also have some further casting announced for Marie and Rosetta. It was previously announced that Beverly Knight will be playing Rosetta, and joining her in the role of Marie will be Natombi Zodwa Ondlo. This production has a couple of different tour stops. It will be going to the Rose Theatre in Kingston from the 2nd to the 24th of May, and then we'll go to the Wolverhampton Grand Theatre from the 27th to the 31st of May, and Chichester Festival Theatre from the 25th of June to the 26th of July. Next up, we have Death Comes to Pemberley. They have announced further cast members for their tour starting at the Mill at Sonning. Joining the previously announced cast will be Todd Boyce, Lynn Blakely, and Louise Faulkner. Following the run at the Mill at Sonning, Death Comes to Pemberley will tour to Theatre Royal Windsor, to Cardiff, to Bath, to Guildford, to Bromley, to Wickham, to Brighton, and ending in London's Richmond Theatre. So if you like to catch Death Comes to Pemberley, you can catch it then. Another tour that is announced casting is The CROFT. Starring in this production would be Lisa Goddard as Enid, Caroline Harker as Suzanne, and Gray O'Brien as David. With further cast members, where? The description down below. This tour will open in Salisbury from the 9th of May, and then we'll visit Coventry, Malvern, Bromley, Birmingham, Guildford, Edinburgh, and Liverpool. I did that so well. So if you want to catch The CROFT, you can catch it then. I hit my mic. Next up, let's head back to the West End where we can talk about The Lion King, where they have announced that Stevenson Ardern Soji will return as the King of Pride Rock. He will be taking over the role of Simba from the 6th of May until the 28th of September 2025, after playing the role on the UK tour. After he leaves, Hope Main will return to the role of Simba, taking over until the 25th of January 2026. Also joining the cast from the 6th of May will be Pierre Van Heerden and Sadia McEwen. Pierre will reprise his role as Pumbaa from the international tour, and Sadia will be stepping up to the role of Shenzi, having previously played Sarabi in the London production. They join the current principal cast members who are all continuing in their roles. So if you want to catch this new cast at The Lion King, you can catch them from the 6th of May. We also have the cast announced for House of Cards. This is going to the Hampstead Theatre in London from the 2nd of May to the 7th of June, and will star Lisa Dillon, Richard Harrington, Oscar Lloyd, Joanna Brooks, Robin Soanes, Sion Tudor Owen, Kelly Price, Lawrence Ubong Williams, and Andrew Whipp. So if you want to catch this piece directed by Jonathan Kent, you can head over to the Hampstead Theatre in London from the 2nd of May. We also have the cast announced for Radiant Boy. This is a play that was featured in the RSC's 37 Plays competition back in 2023, and will be getting a fully staged production at the Southwark Playhouse Borough. This will run from the 21st of May to the 14th of June. Now, previously announced in this production was Stuart Thompson and Renee Lamb, and joining these two will be Wendy Nottingham, who will play the role of Maud, and Ben Allen, who plays the role of Father Miller. This play is set in North East England in 1983, and follows a trainee singer as they prepare for the arrival of a young priest who Russell believes to be possessed. If you'd like to catch Radiant Boy, this plays at the Southwark Playhouse Borough from the 21st of May. But I'm bored of London. I'm bored. Let's go. Let's head out of London. Let's go to the Watermill in Newbury, for instance, and talk about Three Hens in a Boat. This is a joint production for the Watermill Theatre and the Reading Rep Theatre. So you know what? We're heading even further out of London. Why not? This play is inspired by three men on a boat and follows an intergenerational family on a hen do as they navigate the River Thames from Kingston to Henley. This play is written and will star Camille Yukon, who will play the role of Jay, and will be joined by Verona Rose and Ellen O'Grady as Gloria and Claudette, respectively. If you'd like to catch this production, it will run at the Reading Rep Theatre from the 1st to the 17th of May, and then we'll visit the Watermill Theatre in Newbury from the 22nd of May to the 7th of June. We've had our breather from London. Let's head back to London. Why not? Let's talk about Stereophonic. Stereophonic is a Broadway transfer. It currently holds the title of the most nominated play at the Tony Awards. And joining the previously announced cast in London are Zachary Hart as Reg, Lucy Karzewski as Diana, Jack Ridderford as Peter, and Nia Toll as Holly. They joined the previously announced Andrew R. Butler, Eli Gelb, and Chris Stack, all reprising their roles from the Broadway production. Stereophonic opens at the Duke of York's Theatre this May. Now, there's a lot of cast members to go through with the next one, so I'm just going to place them on screen just to make my life easier and your life easier. Whoop, Mike, you're coming over here with me. We have the full cast announced for all 4 shows as part of MT Fest. First of all, we have Love Can. Some really cool cast members here include Gracie Rae, Charlie McCullough, obviously Madeline Charlemagne, who was in Hadestown, Courtney Stapleton, and Matt. Oh my god, I'm just saying all the cast members because it's so cool. These are so cool. They're all so cool. And Jonathan Andrew Hume. Oh my god, it's a great cast. Wow, this really defeats the point of putting them on screen if I'm just going to say all the names. We have the cast here for more. Really cool names here as well. And of course, the Newsies fans will be very happy to see Michael here too, after playing Jack Kelly in Newsies. Very cool to see. We also have the cast for Nerds here as well. Elliot Evans has just come off being the alternate for Marty McFly in Back to the Future. Hannah Lowther, obviously huge name, just launched her podcast and just come from Six. And Sarah O'Connor, coming straight from the Wicked tour, having played Glinda. And finally, we have Theatre Mum, which I won't put on screen because it's a one-person show. And that one person, Victoria Hamilton Barrett. We love to see it. Literally still in Hadestown. I assume she will be taking a short break from Hadestown to do this show. So if you want to catch any of those productions, they will be playing as part of MT Fest, which plays next month at the Other Palace Theatre's studio space. Let's end out casting news this week. So much. There's loads of news. Doing these every other week has just meant there's so much news now. We can talk about Mrs. Warren's profession to start with. Joining the previously announced Imelda Staunton and Betty Carter, the real-life mother and daughter playing the mother and daughter duo are Kevin Doyle, Robert Glenster, and Ruben Joseph, alongside Sid Sagar, who I don't know why I said "and" too early, but hey, I'm sticking with it. I'm not re-recording it. I said that this is the most chaotic way to get your news. Sometimes I don't put the "and" in the right place. If you'd like to catch this play, this revival, you can catch it at the Garrick Theatre from the 10th of May to the 16th of August. And finally, we have the new cast members who will be joining MJ. They have just celebrated 1 full year in the West End last week, and joining Jamal Fields Green as MJ will be Matt Mills as Joseph Jackson/Rob, who is actually stepping up in the production to play this role. We have Mitchell Zangazo, who is continuing in the production. We have Philippa Stefani as Rachel. We have Coco Alexandra as Catherine Jackson and Kate. We have Joshua C. Jackson as Berry Gordy/Nick. We have Rohan Pinnock Hamilton, who is playing Tito Jackson and Quincy Jones. Matt Gonzalez as Alejandro. Michael Conley as Dave. And we have full ensemble and alternates for MJ and Michael, who are where? The description down below, of course. Where else would they be? That is it for casting news this month. Let's head on to concerts and events, where surprisingly there's like one. There's one. Well, there's 2, but I was going to put it into miscellaneous news. I can put it into concerts and events. It's technically an event. First of all, we have Queen by Candlelight, where they have announced that the legendary Lucy Jones will be performing at the one-night-only gala performance at the London Palladium on Tuesday, the 8th of April. Lucy will be performing a huge number of Queen hits throughout the night, including, but not limited to, No One But You and Who Wants to Live Forever. Oh boy, I really want to see this now. Oh boy, I really want to see this now. And if you want to see this now, you can go to the London Palladium on the 8th of April. And as well as that, we have an official announcement of the shows that will be performing at the Olivier Awards this year. On the 6th of April, we will see performances throughout the night from The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, MJ, Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812, Why Am I So Single, Fiddler on the Roof, Oliver and Starlight Express. That is all 4 nominees for Best New Musical and 3 out of 4 of the nominees for Revival. It misses Hello Dolly, and surprisingly, there's no performance from Titanic, which is probably because they've been nominated in the entertainment category. I did a video over on Instagram or TikTok. You can find the link in the description. I spoke through all of those performances and what songs I think could be very likely for them to do. So you can head over to my Instagram if you want to catch my thoughts on that. And if you want to see the performances when they eventually come, you can head over to ITV for the highlights package cut down later that night. Or if you really want to, you can be there. I don't know if it's sold out yet, but you can buy tickets. They're probably quite expensive or not available anymore. It's pricey. Let's move on to miscellaneous news, where every single show decided to announce an extension. There's a real running theme to these extensions. Phantom of the Opera has extended to the 28th of March. MJ has extended to the 28th of March. Mousetrap has extended to the 21st of March. My Neighbor Totoro has extended to the 29th of March. Six has extended to the 28th of June. And then Titanic and Hadestown said we're not going to follow that. We're not going to have the same number or month because Titanic is extended to the 4th of January and Hadestown extended to the 15th of February. I was really hoping for the theme throughout. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. We also got the closure announcement of Mean Girls in the West End. Mean Girls will finish its run in the West End this June. While the writing has been on the wall for a little bit, it is still sad to see this musical go. I definitely thought it was going to have a much stronger life here in the UK, but sadly it hasn't. Nonetheless, Mean Girls fans should not fret, as they have also announced a UK tour. This will happen in 2026 with further details to follow, so while we are saying goodbye to Mean Girls now, it's not goodbye forever. As well as that, in miscellaneous news, we got the announcement that Netflix will be releasing a documentary about the opening of Stranger Things The First Shadow in London. This will be called Behind the Curtain, and will premiere on Netflix on the 15th of April 2025, following an electrifying look backstage during the making of the critically acclaimed award-winning West End play in the lead-up to its world premiere at London's Phoenix Theatre in December 2023. So if you have a Netflix subscription and you want to learn more about how they brought Stranger Things to the stage, you can catch that on Netflix from the 15th of April. As well as that, this week, I was very lucky to be invited to the official opening of the Pickled Crab at The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It is the first West End theatre and West End musical to open a outdoors pub. And honestly, it's wonderful. It's so great. It's been designed by Jeffrey Compton, who also did the set design for Benjamin Button, as well as like the 50 million other things he did in that production. Man is a multi-hyphenate for certain. And you can not only get your drinks at the bar here and stand outside in this bar with outdoor heating as well. Very, very smart. But you can also get Cornish treats, including fudge and like full-on Cornish pasties, which I did try. They're very good. So if you're going to see The Curious Case of Benjamin Button in the West End, which you should, you can go and visit the real Pickled Crab. I love this. That is it for miscellaneous news. Let's move on to the final section of the video. We can talk about transfers and new productions. Now, first of all, we have a couple of seasons to talk about. So, as always with seasons, I will give you a very, very brief outlook of what's happening at these theatres. Let's start with the Bristol Old Vic. Their season includes a lot of really interesting plays and musicals. Obviously, there's a previously announced return of Starter for 10, which is playing at the Bristol Old Vic from the 10th of September to the 11th of October. And then we'll transfer to the Birmingham Rep. We're also getting a new production of the comedy Private Lies by Noel Coward, which will run from the 28th of October to the 1st of November. We are getting a queer sci-fi heartbreaker called Delay, which opens at their studio space in the summer from the 19th of June to the 5th of July. And I'll speak about this production in more detail later as it's going on a more extensive UK tour. But we are getting a new production of Jack Thorne's Let the Right One In. This will run at the venue from the 4th to the 15th of November. Their Christmas musical this year is an adaptation of Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island, which is being headed up by the creators of the Great British Bake Off musical, Jake Brunger and Pippa Cleary, which immediately makes me a million times more excited for this. This runs at the venue from the 3rd of December 2025 to the 10th of January 2026. There's a piece of children's theatre called Antarctica running at their studio from the 5th of December to the 10th of January. A Frantic Assembly piece, which is running at the theatre from the 13th to the 24th of January. This is as part of the UK tour for Lost Atoms, as I realised I didn't actually say the title of the show. As well as many other productions that you can go and check out via their website, which I will link in the description down below. And I will do this for many different ones of these because there's so many seasons it's been announced. We also have the Royal Court that have announced their season up to the end of 2025. This will include 6 productions, which include Deaf Republic, which is based on the poems by Ukrainian-American poet Ilya Kaminsky, which will run from the 29th of August to the 13th of September. Cow Deer, which is a collaboration by Katie Mitchell, Nina Segal, and Melanie Wilson, which runs from the 4th of September to the 11th of October. We have a new piece being directed by Marianne Elliott and designed by Bunny Christie, and starring Nicola Walker. This is The Unbelievers, which runs from the 10th of October to the 29th of November. We also have Porn Play, which will run at this theatre from the 6th of November to the 3rd of December, exploring women's relationship to porn. There will also be 2 touring productions heading to the Royal Court. The first being the new musical After the Act, exploring personal accounts from the effects that Section 28 had on the LGBTQ community, which will run at the Royal Court from the 21st of May to the 14th of June. And finally, Echo, which returns to the Royal Court from the 27th of June to the 5th of July, as part of an international tour. If you want to catch more details about any of these productions, you can head to their website, link in the description. And we also have the Bush Theatre. They have announced the last season to be programmed by the current and outgoing artistic director, Lynette Linton. This includes Miss Myrtle's Garden, which runs from the 31st of May to the 12th of July, following an elderly woman contending with a changing neighborhood. We also have the Bush Young Company, which present a production of Will Jackson's Make Me Feel from the 19th to the 23rd of August. We have Superwoman Schemer from the 6th of September to the 25th of October, which will star Black Panther star Letitia Wright. To end out the year, they have a production of After Sunday, which runs from the 10th of November to the 20th of December, which is a play set in a Caribbean cooking class in a hospital. And then in 2026, it will open with Sweatmeats from the 7th of February to the 21st of March, telling the story of 2 South Asian elders and their unexpected romance. And next in the season is Heartwall, running from the 4th of April to the 16th of May, which is a piece by the Bush Writers Group, exploring family secrets and the realities of returning home as an adult. If you'd like to learn more about this season and different shows that will be featured in the Bush studio space, you can check out their website. Where is it? The description down below, of course. And finally, I've told you there's so many. We have the King's Head season. This will kick off in August with a new production of Philip Ridley's The Pitchfork Disney. This will play at the venue from the 27th of August to the 4th of October. We also have a UK premiere of the off-Broadway cult classic Invasive Species. This has been written and will star Maya Novi in this dark comedy about an Argentinian actress committed to a youth psychiatric ward. We will get a transfer of Fanny directly from the Watermill Theatre, which will star Mischief Theatre's Charlie Russell, reprising her role as Fanny. This runs from the 10th of October to the 15th of November. And then, as previously announced, we are getting the 2nd annual pantomime Jack and the Beanstalk. And just like their previous production of Cinderella, will feature family-friendly and adult-only performances running in December and January. Alongside the pantomime this year, they have a couple of different shows that will be playing at this venue, including this show that has an extremely long title, The Fit Prince, parentheses, who gets switched on the square in the Frosty Castle the night before, parentheses, insert public holiday here, close parentheses again, which, just like Two Strangers, I will be just referring to as The Fit Prince. This is a new production from Awkward Productions, which you know from their previous work of Griff Goes Skiing and Diana, The Untold Untrue Story. And this show parodies the Netflix Hallmark holiday rom-coms, promising the beloved Awkward Productions brand of camp queer chaos. This will premiere at the Edinburgh Fringe later this year, and then we'll have a London run from the 2nd of December to the 3rd of January. As well as this new production, they will also return Diana, The Untold and Untrue Story for 2 performances at this venue on the 30th and the 31st of May. For more information on this season, you can go where description down below for the website for this theatre. But that is it. That is it for seasons. We've done it. Now let's talk about the other new productions. Firstly, let's speak about the Diana mixtape. Seeing as we spoke about one show about Diana, what about another one? Part musical, part concert, part biopic, the Diana mixtape will be premiering at here at Alternet, right in the heart of Tottenham Court Road, from the 28th of July to the 10th of August 2025. This is a tuck shop production which stars drag royalty Courtney Act, Baby, Davina De Campo, Rose, and Kitty Scott Claus, all playing Diana. And will feature music originally performed by Britney Spears, Lady Gaga, Dua Lipa, Jade, Katy Perry, Ariana Grande, Kylie Minogue, and many more. This looks so wild, so chaotic, and I'm so here for it. So you can catch this in London here at Alternet from the 28th of July to the 10th of August, or if you're a little bit more up north, you can catch this for a limited run at the Lowry in Salford from the 19th to the 24th of August 2025. I am so ready. I'm so ready. This looks camp. I'm sorry. It looks so camp. But now it's time to talk about Let the Right One In. Obviously, I mentioned it as part of the Bristol Old Vic season, but it will be going on a wider UK tour. This tour will see tour stops going to Northampton, Bromley, Bristol, as previously mentioned, Salford, and then next year it'll be going to Fareham Live, Cardiff, Southend, Eastbourne, Glasgow, Birmingham, Liverpool, and further venues to be announced in the near future. But if you're not near Bristol, but you're near some of those other venues, you can catch Let the Right One In there. It's also been announced that Ostentatious has found a new home in London. This had previously played certain Monday performances at the Arts Theatre, but obviously that theatre was meant to go under renovations. Those have since stalled, and Choir of Man is now back there for a short run. But Ostentatious was left without a home. Now they will be playing instead at a much bigger venue, as they are taking on Monday evenings at the Vaudeville Theatre, starting last week on the 24th of March, taking over the venue on the one night of the week where Six doesn't perform. So if you want to catch Ostentatious, I saw it a couple of years ago. It's so funny. It is this lively, improvised Jane Austen piece. If you love Pride and Prejudice, sort of, and like comedy about Jane Austen, these guys hit the nail on the head. So good. You can catch them weekly at the Vaudeville Theatre. We also got some further tour stops announced for Warhorse. It's currently on an expansive UK tour, and adding to these tour stops, it will now visit Birmingham's Alexandra Theatre from the 10th to the 19th of July, and it is actually returning to London's Wimbledon Theatre from the 5th to the 16th of August. Then it will go to Leeds, Edinburgh, Wales, and Norwich as part of this ongoing UK tour. So you've now got even more places to go and see Warhorse in. You've got no excuse. Unless you don't like Warhorse, then sure, don't go, that's fine. Next up, This Bitter Earth. I was lucky enough to be invited to a press launch for this piece, which is opening at the Soho Theatre from Wednesday the 18th of June until Saturday the 26th of July. This is a really exciting piece written by Harrison David Rivers and is being directed by Billy Porter. Yes, that Billy Porter. Yes, the Billy Porter that's currently starring in Cabaret. Yes, the Billy Porter who previously starred in Kinky Boots. Yes, that same Billy Porter is making his UK directorial debut. Starring in This Bitter Earth will be Omari Douglas and Alexander Lincoln, starring as Jesse and Neil respectively, alongside Stanton Plummer Cambridge and Luke Striffler, who will be understudying both roles. This piece is an intimate, romantic, and gripping play about a young black writer and his white activist lover. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to see this production, you can head over to the Soho Theatre from the 18th of June. I will be doing so as well because this play looks really interesting. Let's keep trucking along. There's so much news, and we're getting to some of the biggest stories of the week now. First of all, Ghost Stories, which is currently preparing for a UK tour, has announced a limited 6-week London season this Halloween. Going to the Peacock Theatre, Ghost Stories will play from Tuesday the 30th of September to Saturday the 8th of November 2025. So if you want something a little bit spooky for the spooky season, you can head over to the Peacock Theatre right in the heart of London's West End, but technically not a West End theatre. It's weird. Our rules are strange. You can catch it then. As well as that, we got the announcement of what this year's pantomime will be at the London Palladium, and this 10th anniversary season will see Sleeping Beauty, starring Doctor Who and Catherine Tate show alum Catherine Tate. Tate will star as the villain of the pantomime, Caraboss, alongside Julian Clary returning to the pantomime this year playing King Julian. Also returning to do the pantomime this year is Paul Zerdin, Nigel Havers, and Rob Madge, alongside Amonik Meliko, who returns as a prince, having been in the cast of the company last year. New to the pantomime this year are John Coleshaw, who will play King Julian's private detective, and Emily Lane, who plays Princess Beauty. While they are both new to the pantomime, neither are new to the London Palladium, as Coleshaw had done a cameo, this one role where they got a new celebrity every night to star in the pantomime as King Richard, and now he's coming into the pantomime full time. And of course, Emily Lane was previously seen last summer in the Olivier-nominated Hello Dolly. So if you're interested in this year's pantomime, you can go and grab your tickets now. It plays at the London Palladium from Saturday the 6th of December to Sunday the 11th of January. As well as that, we got the really exciting announcement that Sunny Afternoon is returning to the UK. Sunny Afternoon, the Kinks musical, will be heading on a 2025-2026 UK tour, opening later this year at the Manchester Palace Theatre on the 10th of October, and will then visit Birmingham, Glasgow, Sunderland, York, Woking, Wimbledon, Swansea, Brighton, London Alexandra Palace, Canterbury, Milton Keynes, Nottingham, Leeds, Malvern, Torquay, Oxford, Richmond, Stoke-on, Trent, Stockton, Leicester, Blackpool, Edinburgh, Inverness, Liverpool, and Cardiff, with more tour stops to be revealed soon. Now, what's really interesting is doing 3 London stops. It's doing Wimbledon, Alexandra Palace, and Richmond. Like, that is unheard of. Like, especially that quickly after each other. We never see, like, that many London dates done for these tours. You normally pick one, and if you do another one, it's, like, right at the other end of the tour. So this is really interesting to see. I've heard a lot about Sunny Afternoon. I missed it in the West End, so I'm really hoping that I'll be able to go and catch it this time. Seeing as there's 3 London stops, that might be a possibility. As well as that, we got the announcement that Burlesque will be making its West End premiere. It will be taking over the Savoy Theatre after Mean Girls, opening on Thursday the 10th of July 2025 and running until Saturday the 6th of September 2025. This musical has been slowly workshopping itself in different productions regionally across the UK, including Edinburgh and Manchester again, slowly refining the piece and now building up to its West End premiere. So if you want to catch this musical, it opens at the Savoy from the 10th of July. And that isn't even the biggest news story of the week. Are you surprised? We also have Something Rotten. Now, this is the piece of news I am most excited about this week, because they have announced that after a cancelled production in 2020, after a concept production last year, we will finally be getting a full production of the Tony Award nominated musical Something Rotten. This will be premiering in the UK in 2026, and we have no further information. Tease us, why don't you? Tease us. You know, if I'm going to get anything, at least I have the confirmation that yes, it will be happening. So we're going to have to just wait and see where Something Rotten will be popping up. And wherever it goes, I will endeavour to follow. And finally, the biggest piece of news this week, Prima Facie is back. Prima Facie, I never know how to pronounce it. But alongside that, Jodie Comer is returning to the production after winning the Olivier and the Tony Award. She will be touring across the UK from January 2026. This will be touring to 9 venues next year, starting in Richmond in London, and then we'll head over to Dublin, Edinburgh, Cardiff, York, Bath, Canterbury, Birmingham, and Liverpool. So if you missed Jodie Comer's performance, which I did as well, you can catch her then. And that is all of your theatre news. I hope you feel very educated, because I feel very tired from talking for way too long. What are you most excited to see? Let me know all your thoughts on this news in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me, it helps out the channel. Here's some links to some other videos on screen now, and a link to my Instagram you'd like to drop me a follow over there. There's some other social links and a merch store in the description down below. But that's it for me today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!